Ohayou gozaimasu, watashi wa Fire Kitty, and welcome back to my diary of Animal Crossing New Leaf. We are in December and there's a lot going on, so let's start this thing. Alright, on 12/2 it started snowing for the first time. I was super happy because I was really curious to see how that's gonna go. Unfortunately, the floor didn't get any snow traces yet, but hey, at least it would snow for once. When it snows, you actually sometimes see little snowflakes that you can actually catch with your little bucket net, I guess. And what you want to do is keep them. The problem is that you can't really store them anywhere, so you can't put them in your closets or cupboards or whatever. So you're gonna have to keep them in your inventory, which can be a little bit bad, so you don't want to start with this too early. You preferably want to start with this when the snow is actually sticking to the ground, because you're going to need them for something. I'm going to talk about that later on when it comes up. You can also sell them for, I believe, 500 bells in case the snow isn't stuck to the ground yet, so there you go. We had a friggin' guest again. He's called Daily. I'm at least believing he's a guy. He looks like a guy. And he was this cool little monkey. But again, my town is already full, so I couldn't even ask him to stay. Too bad. We also had one of my friends coming over, King Madness 64, aka Benji. That was actually pretty cool, because we did some crazy stuff. As you see here, or kind of see here, I was wearing a Santa's beard, which is one of the items you should buy during December. There's gonna be some Santa items, and you need to buy them in order for, well, big success during Toy Day. So make sure to watch out for the pants, the coat, the beard, the hat, I believe, and boots. There are apparently boots for that too. 12/4. It's such an ancient pitch, but one I wouldn't switch, because there's no nicer witch than you. Yeah, Benji left me a little note there. I am pretty sure some of you guys can tell what this is from. It's actually song lyrics, so if you have any idea, then feel free to leave a comment below. I'm actually curious to see how many people still know this artist, so that would be interesting to see. Alright, I started another little project, which was basically an illuminated heart. It's really neat. It looks kind of weird during the day because it's just kind of like grayish silver, and it doesn't even look kind of awful like a lot, you know. But when it gets dark, it gets all illuminated, and it's really cool. So I put that down when I finally unlocked it. I found a really neat space. I actually showed it in my town tour in case you're curious. So this is where it started, basically. This is how it looked when Isabelle was gone. It was gonna be in a really neat place. It's basically next to where people come to my camping site. So on the left, you would see the camping site. It's pretty cool. There once was a girl named Kitty. Her eyes were so very pretty. She's lots of fun. I know she's the one. Being without her would be a pity. That's from Slim. He left it on the 7th of December just because. Again, it's like we said, we sometimes visit each other's towns just to kind of exchange some stuff like bush starters or Nintendo items, stuff like that. Well, we have catches of the day, or catches of the week maybe? I don't even know how to call them anymore since we switched to the monthly thing. We have a sea butterfly, which looks pretty weird. That's basically new for December. A pond smelt, which it sounds very Swedish. And an oarfish. This thing is huge, my god. And I think you can actually sell it for quite a bit of money. I don't remember the exact numbers anymore, but I remember it was quite a lot. Alright, then this is this special event, like probably even more special than Toy Day in December. This was actually December 9th, which is my birthday. So Kit Kat came up to me when I got out of my house and he's like, "Hey Mega K, there you are." And then he brought me to his house and was all like, "Happy birthday!" And the cool thing is that Kit Kat was there, Biscuit was there, and Puddles was there. So basically the people like most, and or the people who are closest to me, like the people who I've interacted with most, I'd say, or however you want to put it. So that was so freaking cool. It was just freaking awesome. This is how it looked pretty much. They obviously decorated everything like they usually would when you have a birthday of somebody else. It was so freaking cool. I was so happy. That made my freaking day. Not gonna lie. So, what happened after is that there's a cake on the table. And, well, in this case, Kit Kat told me to, blow out the candles and make a wish. As you can see here, okay, your wish is locked in, right? Take a deep breath and show those candles what's up. Whoosh, blow. I'm not sure anymore if you actually had to blow or not, like into the mic. I think you might have, but I can't even remember anymore now. Whoops. Either way, you could write down a little wish, like into this, you got a little input screen with letters and stuff, and you could write it down. Well, nice work, Lady Bro. He's adorable. We all saved up some money and got you something we thought would make you really happy. So basically, I didn't even give you a gift. It was actually, if I'm not remembering wrong, it was actually like one of those tables that you see there, like one of those cake tables, which is really cool because I always wondered how the hell you get one of those, but I don't know. I don't know what happens if you have a birthday again, like a year later or so, but I have no idea, we'll see. This is basically what I wrote down. I know you're not supposed to tell your birthday wishes, but whatever, it's from in-game, so whatever. Great friends and happiness, huh? Interesting. And the cool thing is that people are gonna keep talking to you about it throughout the month and whenever, and they keep asking you sometimes if it actually already happened or not, so that's kind of really cool. I like it. This is Biscuit. Happy birthday, little K. He's just freaking cool. And Puddles, your birthday is like the one day of the year where it's all about you, unless of course you're me. Oh man, she's a little bit in love with herself, isn't she? But we already figured that out from the get-go, didn't we? Alright, and if you leave the house, there's a little prompt, like when you pay off your, loan or whatever, that says, Happy birthday to me. It's always nice getting to celebrate with good cake and good friends. Yeah, it really is. It's really neat. What I ended up doing afterwards, because I was curious, is, by the way, once you leave the house, you go back in, the cake and everything, like the party is gone, so if you leave, it's done. It's over. But I was curious if the other people or the other villagers were gonna say something. And they did. There's Agnes here. Kitty, happy birthday. Snuffle. Then I went to Diana. Mega K, today's your birthday, right? I knew it. Well, this is a very special day for me. I mean, you. Yeah, they're also in love with themselves. Jesus. Snake was like, by the way, I sat down and did my best to write you a letter. Yeah, you even get letters sometimes for your birthday. And then there's like Biscuit again, which we had in the party earlier, but he still says something. Happy birthday. Now that I mention it, you do seem a bit older than before. Promise me you'll hang out with me even though you're... I've screwed that up. Promise me you'll still hang out with me even though you're all mature and stuff now, little K. I'm like, yeah, of course. Not that I'm really more mature than before, but it's cute that they think that. I went to see Puddles again. Happy birthday, Sugar K. Wait, it is your birthday today, isn't it? That's kind of funny considering she was at a party earlier, but... I hope you still want to hang out with me even though you're all, like, totally mature now. Yeah, totally. I don't know, they're a little delusional sometimes, aren't they? Just because I got another year doesn't mean I'm more mature necessarily, but hey, thanks for the compliment, right? We have Lucy. It's your birthday today, isn't it, Princess? Yeah, some of them called me Princess, that's kind of awkward. And Spork, happy birthday, Kitty. And Kit Kat was kind of like Puddles. Apparently he's super confused after they had the party for me. He was the one hosting it even, so... Psh. By the way, it is your birthday today, right? Which part of your body will you tone up this year? Good question, Kit Kat. Very good question. my fingers. I don't know. Either way, there is a little notice on the board, on your news board, that says, "Happy birthday, Mayor Kitty. Keep up the good work. You've been doing great things for Meow Mew." From all residents. It's really cute. It's really awesome. I felt loved that day. Definitely. Happy birthday for Mayor Slimmy and the whole Popstar gang. You are always welcome to our beautiful Star Haven. And special birthday wishes to my beautiful kitty. Happy birthday, babe. Thanks for giving this planet another amazing year of you. That was from Slam. Because obviously I had some of my friends coming over during my birthday. Or rather, they wanted to come over so they could give me a gift. Yep, I got some gift from some of my friends too. On Animal Crossing. That's actually seriously really cool. If you have the game and you have a birthday, turn it on. It's totally gonna make your day, I swear. Ironically, on my birthday there was also a snow warning. A large cold front is moving in and a large snowstorm is expected for tomorrow. Be sure to dress warmly when going out. And I'm like, yeah, cool, thanks, game. Well, as the board said, next day this is how it looked, and that's how my freaking illuminated heart looks. It's like I said, it's really weird just during the day, but as soon as it turns dark, it gets all illuminated and stuff, and it looks really cool. This is how it actually looks, where the snow sticks to the ground. So any earlier than that, it's really not worth to get those snowflakes unless you want to sell them. Or you have enough space in your inventory to keep them for a few days, so there you go. When you do have snow on the ground, you find 2 snowballs every day in your town. And what you want to do is roll them to a specific size and build a snowman, like so. I built a snow tile the first time because I had no idea how big I needed to roll them. And it's like, yay, I'm so glad you made me look so cool. So if you do it right, which means the body needs to be slightly bigger than the head, you get 1 of 4 possible snowman characters out of it. And depending on that, you either get to play a mini game, as in, well, kind of a mini game, bingo pretty much. You get ice furniture by giving those snowflakes. Or you just get to talk. The 2 kids don't really do anything other than talk. The smallest kid, which is I believe him, gives you actually an item if you manage to build the whole family. But the problem is that every day the snowman melts a little bit, and I believe they stay for a total of 3 days each? 3 or 4 days, I don't remember anymore now. So you need, I believe 4 days. So you need to basically build one family member every day, one different family member. Otherwise, you're not gonna have the little boy here give you a special item. So yeah. All right. When we are in winter and there's snow on the ground, the what's it called? The camping site looks kind of different. It's not a tent anymore. It's an actual igloo like this. It looks really, really cool. And at first I was like, whoa, what the hell? But then I'm like, oh, okay, this is just the winter version of, you know, the tent. This is how it looks on the inside. It's really, really cool. Very spacious too. And whoever's in there is apparently cooking soup. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I don't know what that dude was called anymore, unfortunately. I didn't take a screenshot with his name on it. Whoops. Either way, I started another project close to where my park is. It's gonna be this illuminated arch. Again, if you've seen my town tour, you know what I'm talking about. If not, you're probably gonna be confused right now because you're like, where's her park? That sounded very Andy from Advance Wars. Oh well. Either way, this is my arch. This is when it started, pretty much. These are 2 of the snowman you can have. This is the small kid and his brother. I believe I screwed up his brother a little bit. Like the head is a bit too big, but I'm not sure anymore. I just know I screwed it up once or twice. You never know. I mean, it's kind of hard to figure it out actually. So trial and error. This is the little guy, his bigger brother, and then the dad. If you want the dad, you need to make it like as big as you can. At some point, your snowball isn't gonna grow anymore. So there you go. I have made another little I've started a little project. It was an illuminated, I don't know what they call it, but it was like a Christmas tree basically. So there you go. Again, if you want to see where all this stuff is, you should probably watch my town tour. It's hard to explain with words. This is the whole family. There's the little boy, his bigger brother, the dad, and the mom. The mom is kind of like from size, a mix between the small kid and his older brother, I think, from size. So you get the idea. If you manage to get all four together, again, the smallest kid is gonna give you a little prize. But to me, this whole event was just super, super sad. It's like they're melting. Like I didn't know at first. And the next day, when I saw that they're kind of melting, like in this case, it was the little boy, because that's what I built first, I was so sad. I was friggin' super sad. Especially because when you talk to him, or when you talk to them, any of them, they sometimes say such sad things, like the little snow tyke here. It's so nice to have your family close by. And he's like half dead almost. And I'm like, that's so sad. It made me so freaking sad. It's just like, man, why did they have to do this? Why did they have to make it like, yeah, after 4 days it melts? Like, it's just cruel. I don't know. And then when you talk to like the bigger brother, the snow boy, and he tells you stuff like, hey, do you know my little brother? You gotta look out for him for me. And I'm like, heart breaks. It's just, I swear, it was so bad. Actually, when the mother started melting, I was so set on collecting as many snowflakes as I could, because she collects them, and if you give her either 5 or 3, it depends, you get a piece of ice furniture. And I pretty much collected all night, and I stayed up way longer than I should have, just because I was so sad that she's gonna like die and stuff. So I collected all the snowflakes I possibly could and gave them all to her, because man, I was just devastated. This is like so sad, seriously. It's winter, it's all about Christmas and, you know, family and hope and love and stuff, and then they bring one of these scenarios and I'm like, this is so mean. Yeah, again, the snow mom too, she's like, please bring me more when you get a chance, preferably before I melt. I'm counting on you. And that's pretty much what said it for me. I'm like, okay, lady, I'm gonna stay up all night. I don't care. I need to go to bed. I'm tired. I'm so staying up way too late, but I'm gonna collect stuff all night. I don't know, that was sad. Well, we did have a fishing tourney, but again, there's no point in really showing you what happened. Pretty much the results were, well, I won, Diana was second, Willow was third. The end. There's nothing much to say here, especially after such a sad topic. There's one more that I wanted to show here, the Snowboy. Life is all about experiences, so I'd love to experience just one summer day. I think I could handle that. How can you not get sad? Seriously. Well, let's try to get a bit more happy here, because this is how the pine trees would look in winter. They turn into like Christmas trees, actually. That's pretty awesome. And it helps to get you over some of that sadness for the snowman, actually. At some point, I actually stopped building them, because I'm like, I don't want to see them die anymore. I'm just sick of this. This is just sad and depressing. So instead, let's look at the neat Christmas trees. It's just the pine trees though. The other trees, just as you can see there in the screenshot, stay normal. So there you go. We have a catch of the week, or whatever you want to call it. There's the Worthy painting on December 17th, so we're already more than halfway through. There you go. And we had the Valiant statue on December 18th. I believe those are wings. I think. It's just that the statue doesn't have a head. It took me a while to see that. I'm like, what the hell? Alright, I did go to a different town because one of my residents had a petition that he wanted me to have signed. So sometimes you have to leave your town and go to a friend's town to collect signatures. It was the Against Judging Faces petition, and I found that to be really hilarious. So I had to show it off. It was actually Croc who wanted that. Now I can submit the petition, take my RoboFloor as a thank you gift. Meow. I don't know why he makes cat noises. He's been hanging out with Kitty too much at that point. Yep, definitely. I don't know why he would want a Against Judging Faces petition of all people. He looks fine, but I don't know. If anything, you'd think that friggin' Rhino would want one. Because he had an ice cream horn. Ice cream horn. I don't know. Weird. Alright, so then this is one of the cooler things in this game actually that, or I think so anyway. Lucy came up to me. So on a scale from great to blah, how are you doing these days, princess? And then she asks you a bunch of questions, like multiple choice, and you need to pick. And in the end, there's like a little result. According to your answers, you only need one thing to be truly happy, and that's coconut cake. I'm like, yeah, I could probably go for some. That sounds pretty much good. Yeah, cool. I really like this function, I guess, because I really like taking quizzes, and it's really neat because it makes the whole game more interactive. Like, you know, people are actually interested in you and, you know, want you to answer some questions, and then they kind of analyze you, and that's just really, really nice. I wish there would be more of this actually. Like, if they'd have way more of these, I would really like that. Maybe for the next game, who knows? Notice 12:20. The holiday season is here. Have you made plans for Toy Day yet? Let's all hope for a snowy night and a bit of jingly magic. Yeah, seriously. Unlike here in real life where there was no snow at all. That wasn't cool at all. Jesus, man. It was actually warm over here. It was like spring. I'm like, what the hell? Either way, it pretty much, yeah, as it says, it's Toy Day on 24th, or it's gonna be Toy Day. And throughout the whole winter, or the whole December anyways, you don't only collect the Santa costume in the shops, but what you also have to do is talk to people and find out what they want for Christmas. And unlike me, you don't need to buy them, you don't need to buy the gifts. Actually, this Jingle is gonna give you the gifts when he comes on the 24th. I at first thought you need to buy them yourself and then give them to the people, but turns out you didn't have to. It wasn't too bad though, because it was always good, or it is always good to have some extra spare furniture, especially for birthdays and stuff, so I could use them anyways in the end. Usually people are gonna change between two things, so you might want to take notes and make sure you have everything up to date, so you know who you need to give what during the 24th. So yeah. This was another version, quote unquote, of this quiz, except you didn't get to answer anything. Spark was like, Kitty, the look on your face makes me think you're going to chow down on grilled tofu maybe? I'm like, how the hell did she, I don't even, whatever. Alright, so Toy Day, this is what you get, or no, not Toy Day, this was Yule, the 21st, I believe. This was basically the little standee, and I went through all the faces because I was curious to see what happens, like here when you get all weird, and here when you're just normal and happy, and here when you're all like angry, like grrr. It was really neat. Hello, Mayor. Today's the winter solstice. It's so chilly today. Yeah, winter solstice is Yule, known as Yule, and it's usually the 21st of December, but sometimes it either goes back or forth one day. It depends a little bit. It's basically the beginning, the official beginning of winter, even if it's already been snowing before. It's kind of weird. Here we have a little... Basically, Spork wanted a kind of a secret greeting between him and me, And for some reason, I had the song stuck in my head. Maybe you know it, at least if you know Mullet Rock or Supernatural. There's this song called Poison Whiskey, and I just somehow thought of that in that moment, and I'm like, Poison Whiskey! So now he's been saying Poison Whiskey since ever since then. It's really hilarious. It's always good for a laugh. So now he sounds cool. Yep. Because of a freaking song title. That's awesome. I don't really drink, by the way, just saying. So that was really just me having it stuck in my head. I don't even know why. Alright, catches of the, I don't know, month for that week or whatever for that day. The dung beetle, they're gonna actually be shoving around the snowballs, so you sometimes have to camp out there a little bit and see what happens. They can actually shove that thing around. It's crazy. A stringfish. Nothing much to say about this one. Doesn't even have awesome colors. It's just brown. And that's it. So, this leaves Toy Day, 24th. I'm gonna give you a few explanations, and I think for the rest, I'm gonna go into a slideshow kind of mode, because there's also still the new year here that we need to cover. So, but yeah, let's first start with some explanations. Happy Toy Day! Who are you spending the holidays with? Hopefully this season is a happy one for everyone here in town. That's what the news board says. And everybody is obviously excited and talking about Toy Day. Happy Toy Day! I bet you were just too excited to stay inside on a day like this, huh? Yep, I definitely was. Here's the thing. Toy Day doesn't start until in the evening. I believe somewhere around 7-ish. I don't remember anymore. Either way, when it does start, you get a prompt like this when you leave your house. Attention residents, happy Toy Day. And what you do is go around your town to find Jingle. Happy holidays, I'm Jingle, the black-nosed reindeer. Ha ha, see what they did there? Isn't this the best time of the year, kid? Wait, did I say mushrooms? I meant marshmallows. Mushrooms and hot cocoa would kind of ruin the mood. Yeah, he made a joke and I wanted to show it. Either way, instead of me, the holiday reindeer, why don't you deliver the presents to everyone around town? And this is why you want that Santa costume. You want to put it on. Ironically, it's friggin' weird because technically your residents are already gonna see you, but apparently they never figure out that it's you. I don't know. That's just how it works. It's magic. And he gives you a bag full of stuff. And again, this is why I hope you have been taking notes, because there's just things in there and it doesn't say for whom it is. You're gonna have to figure it out, or rather, you're gonna have to give it to the right people. No more hints at that day, no more nothing at that point. You can't look it up anywhere, so I hope you took your notes. What you do is you go to every person's house, or to every person up if they're outside, and you give them what they wished for. In my case, it was pretty simple. I took notes, so it wasn't too bad to figure out. So I just gave everybody what they wanted, pretty much. Usually they tell you a color or some sort of object. So this is how you figure it out usually. The problem is you can't put your furniture down anywhere, or the stuff that's in the bag, so you don't even know how they look like what color it is or whatever. You're just gonna have to kind of figure it out. So maybe it's good if you have some sort of, page open that tells you what each furniture looks like, unless it's something very obvious like a lemon table. I mean, that's gonna be yellow obviously, or whatever. But other than that, you're gonna have to figure it out. I did gamble a little bit because there were some things where I was like, I have no idea what that looks like. So what I ended up doing is to just give away the stuff that I didn't know what it would look like, or at least what I thought it would look like. Like I had chocolates to give away, for example. Well, that's a no-brainer right there, right? Brown sweets, there you go. So I figured it out like that. I just gave away anything else that, made sense beforehand. And then I would just have a few leftovers, and then I was just gambling a little bit, I guess. Once you give them something, I don't think you can take it back, so make sure you give them the right thing. You don't really get punished if you don't, I don't think. It's just that in the end, he tells you that everybody's happy, or, well, not. Pretty much. That's the problem here. Let's see. Yep. You've indeed delivered everything perfectly, kid. Also, I can feel Meow Mew is just brimming with happiness at this exact moment. Oh joy. I bet this is all because you went out and made sure everyone's holiday wishes came true. Hooray! Now it's finally your turn to receive a present. That's a nice change after helping so much. Since you did such a holly jolly job... What is he on? I'll give you a special little present. It's a festive wreath, I don't know. Seeing such a joy here in Meow Mew was ever so nice. I'm just such a happy little festive reindeer. What you actually get too is a picture of him. I don't know anymore why or how or whatever, but you get a picture of him. I showed it in my town tour actually, so there you go. Well, 3 days after, there's a notice on your news board. Notice! This year just flew by. For those who had a good or bad year alike, let's all join for a countdown and ring in the new year. Alright, but before I do that, I did want to show that I started a new project on the 29th. It was that little spa area, how I called it in my town tour. It's really neat. You should seriously look at that video if you haven't already done so. It's gonna be way easier to imagine what the hell I'm talking about here. I really can't explain it any better at this point, so there you go. We also have a few more quote-unquote catches of the day. A wild painting on December 29th. It's really neat. Alright, 12:31. Notice there's only 1 day left until the new year. Are you all ready for this year to end? Tonight's the countdown, so get ready. What happens is that during the whole day, there's gonna be this clock on your town square, and Izzy, of course, looking nice as always, with this neat little standee with an included clock, and it's, you know, the countdown to the new year pretty much. During the day, there's not much interesting stuff going on. Obviously, if you want, you can talk to Izzy. You can't ring in the new year without sparkling cider, am I right? So she's giving you a glass of alcohol. It looks kind of fancy because you actually take sips and stuff, and it's really neat. But before we go to the actual evening part, I would like to show another painting I got. It's the Wistful painting, December 31st. So there you go. What I want to do for now is to close the video and let the New Year impressions just cut or go by as a slideshow, because I really don't need to talk during this anymore. I've already talked enough, so I would like to thank you all for watching and joining. I would like to thank you all for all your support, all your comments, all your likes, watching, subscribing, everything. I would like to thank everybody for being my friend and for being awesome. I really hope you all had a great Christmas time. I hope you're gonna have a great, or that you had a great change into the new year. And I hope it's gonna be full of health and success and luck and love and everything for everybody. And I hope it's gonna be a great year to keep going with Let's Playing and videos and tutorials and God knows what else for pretty much everybody. There's gonna be a few changes and a few new things and a few cool things, so I hope you're looking forward to that. And other than that, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time in the new year with the new stuff. So enjoy the slideshow, and other than that, bye y'all!